Hi, and welcome to this episode about the three most essential questions for every entrepreneur going beyond profit. Because nowadays, a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of business leaders face really challenging days. Why? Governments increasingly want to regulate in terms of climate impact, social responsibility, and all kind of other issues that do not directly contribute to your profit, isn't it? But is it really up to the government to do this? Because maybe by definition, shouldn't entrepreneurs and leaders be asking themselves some questions that would make government intervention not even necessary? Because the way I see it, if entrepreneurs and business leaders ask three very simple questions to themselves, maybe the government is not needed to be interfering. Because being a social responsible entrepreneur may seem something like from our time. But decades ago, entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs, Richard Branson, and Nick Swinmurn, they were all asking these questions already at that time. And the result? Huge empires making billion US dollars. They really make damn good money and are damn good for the world and society. Question number one. What is the purpose of your company besides making profit? So the question revolves around creating a mission for the company that goes beyond just making money. And it could be about improving the community. It can be about advancing a cause or contributing to an area of knowledge. If you see it like this, Steve Jobs always loved to see someone looking beyond profit alone. In his view, profit was a necessary part of a business. But it's not everything. Steve Jobs believed that the purpose is about what really drives you and your company. When he co-founded Apple, their purpose was not just to make money. It was about a dent in the universe. It was something they really want to offer their customers the best user experience with simplicity and elegance. Jobs believed in the power of technology to change lives. That is what drove Apple. So ask yourself, what change do you want to bring about in the world? And what is the dent your company wants to make in the universe? Your purpose, according to Steve Jobs, should be something that excites and inspires. And it must excite and inspire your team and you and your customers. It should be something that is the foundation behind all your decisions and your strategies. And when you found it, you know it because it feels right. So how can you find your real purpose, your meaningful purpose? You can do this, for example, by think about what personal values and passions do you and your company have? What do you really care about? What makes you excited? The purpose of your business should match your own values and passion. If you are passionate about the environment, maybe, or maybe perhaps passionate about nature, perhaps the purpose of your company lays there. Or maybe the purpose of your company is then to make your industry more sustainable. You can also think about the company's unique strengths. What's your company really good at? What sets it apart from your competition? Your purpose should leverage your company's unique strengths. If you are a tech company, your purpose might be to use technology to solve a particular problem or something like that. And another thing to keep in mind is to involve your team by formulating your answers. Because your purpose should resonate with your entire team. Ask them what they think the purpose of the company should be. And what do they think is very important? And what do they think the company is good at? Their input can be so much of value. But you can also think about what value do you bring to your customers? How will your enterprise make their lives better? Your purpose should be focused on creating value for your customer, isn't it? That's the reason why you exist. And according to Steve Jobs, the right answer to these questions will lead to a mission statement. Thus, this must be a statement that you can easily communicate to your team, your customers, and the world. For Jobs' purpose was not a marketing slogan. It was more like a guiding principle. It should really inspire your team, resonate with your customers, and resonate with yourself, of course. And it should be something you're proud of to share with the whole world and dedicate your life to. Steve Jobs would say, now go out and make a dent in the universe. Question number 2. How else can you measure the success of your company other than by just profit? Because profit is an important measure of a company's success, but it's not the only one. The question is about considering other measures, such as customer satisfaction, employee well-being, or environmental impact. People like Richard Branson also believes in leaders and entrepreneurs who are always looking for success beyond profit. Profit is very important for them, but it's by no means the only measurement of success. Branson has always believed that companies should be a force for good. For him, that means taking care of employees, your customers, and the planet. He himself and employees within his company Virgin have always prided themselves on doing things differently. And that includes on how they measure their success. Because Virgin looks at things like customer satisfaction, employee happiness, and the impact on their environment. According to Branson, these are not just nice to haves. They also contribute to the bottom line. A happy customer is a repeating customer, and a happy employee is a productive employee. And a company that cares for the environment is a company built to last. So how can you measure your success beyond profit? Well, some suggestions are like measure your customer satisfaction. And that's an important one. Are your customers really satisfied? Would they recommend you to a friend? And you can measure this, of course, by surveys, online reviews, or net promoter scores. But remember that every complaint is an opportunity to grow and to improve. And you can also think about measure the employee well-being. Are you really working with happy employees? Because your employees are your greatest asset, isn't it? Are they really happy? Do they feel valued? Do they have a good work-life balance? Regular employee surveys can give you a good picture of this. You can also look at things like turnover rates and sick days. And think about measuring the impact you have on your environment. This is becoming increasingly more important. What is your company's carbon footprint? And how much waste do you produce? How much energy do you consume? There are plenty of tools and consultants that can help you to measure this. And reducing your environmental impact can often save you money too. And how about measuring your social impact? Does your business have positive impact on society? This could be thought by donating somewhere to charities, or volunteering, or creating jobs in disadvantaged areas. Again, there are a lot of tools and specialists that can help you to measure this. You can also measure innovation. For Richard Branson, this is still a very important one. Are you pushing boundaries? Are you really trying new things? Are you disrupting the industry? And this may be harder to measure, but it's vital. And these are just a few examples. The important thing is to decide what is important for you and your business, and then find a way how you can measure it. If Richard Branson were standing now here in front of you, he would say something like, entrepreneurship is about more than making money. It's about making a difference. And I believe the most successful businesses in the future will be those that do both. Question number 3. What legacy do you want to leave behind? This question invites you to think about the long-term impact of your business. And the answer can influence your planning, your investments, your business strategies, how the people you hire. Nick Swinmurn from the successful shoe company Zappos believes that this is the question that every entrepreneur and leader should think about. Because during his own journey with Zappos, he always was convinced, and is still convinced, that they could create more than just a successful online shoe shop. Today, they are the company known for its culture and ultimate customer service. It is a company that people love and want to be part of and love to buy from. And that was the legacy that he wanted to leave behind, and he already succeeded now. So when you think about your legacy, it's not only about what the company will do today or tomorrow, but how it will be remembered in the future. How will it affect customers, employees, the industry, and the rest of the world? So here are a few questions that can help you to think about this. For example, what value do you want your company to embody? Zappos is known for the 10 core values they have. And these values guide everything they do, from the way they treat customers to the way they treat each other. And think about which values are important to you and how can you promote them in your business. And think about what impact do you have and do you want to make on your customers? At Zappos, it's always customer first. They want to be known for the incredible customer service, and they do now. So what kind of relationship do you want to have with your customers? What do you want them to think about you? Another question is, what kind of influence do you want your employees to have? Nick believes that happy employees lead to happy customers. And they go to great lengths to maintain a company culture that people love. So what kind of culture do you want to create within your company? And how do you want your employees to feel about their work? And then what kind of impact do you want to have on the industry and the world with your company and your employees? Help revolutionizing online retail. But what change do you want to bring about in your industry or in the world at large? An answer to this question can form your vision that can guide your decisions and actions. It can inspire your team and give meaning to your work. Nick Swinmurn believes a legacy is not just about the past, but also about the future. It's about creating something that will outlive you. It's about making a positive impact that will be felt for generations to come. Something that really is worth a goal for any entrepreneur.